With the Workspot on Azure solution, we were able to save at the low end, $80,000 per year by making this switch, because we were no longer investing in the equipment. Software costs were more consistent and predictable. So from a business standpoint, we could stop functioning as an IT house and function as what we really truly enjoy and our passion, which is serving clients in planning and design and engineering space.
Prior to Workspot on Azure, we were running these image processing jobs on the workstation, and these jobs could take 3, 4, 5 days to process.
So before, I used to have to jump from virtual machine to virtual machine here on premise and run jobs, kind of sneak them in and run it on nights, run it on weekends. So it made for a lot of late hours.
So now with Workspot on Azure, we were able to process the jobs that had been taking 3, 4, 5 days down to processing multiple jobs in one day.
I can reach out to our IT infrastructure group, and if we need a virtual machine spun up for a certain amount of time, I can say, I need more compute power, and we can spin those up instantly because we're in Azure, and Workspot is by nature so scalable inside of that environment.
Once we saw the success of processing the drone imagery in Workspot, we found a number of other use cases, 3D rendering. We looked at our ArcGIS environment that would greatly benefit from running on this sort of high performance GPU-enabled workstation up in Azure, right next to our data and our servers.
We just had so much more bottlenecks in terms of resources before, that now just my own Workspot computer has so much more compute power inside of it that I can actually run these heavy-duty scripts and keep working in Workspot, because I have 56 gigs of RAM and I have GPU. That before, our biggest production server here on-prem was just about the size of our now day-to-day Workspot instance. And you couple that with the fact that you can scale horizontally and you can set up as many of these VMs as you need, and that's just the icing on the cake.
We used to have to spec out these high-end mobile workstations. Now we're able to go with a more cost-effective device, a solid piece of hardware, something like the Surface Go.
I have a laptop given to me by Dudek, but if I don't happen to have it with me, I do have an iPad, I have an iPhone. I can actually check and see the status of some long-running job that I have.
Our experience with implementing Workspot to replace our existing VDI solution was amazing. It was very turnkey. The processes that would take me a couple hours just to do a minor update on a deployment in Workspot would take 15-20 minutes. The biggest compliment that we received from users from using Workspot, they're finally able to use their software the way it was intended to be used.
At Dudek, we have a saying, we work smarter and not harder, and this solution really allows us to achieve that. We can process more information, we can crunch more data, we can pass more solutions on to our clients, and really the value of those technology solutions is passed on to our client through savings in cost, through faster turnaround times, and through better products in the end of the day.